Season 8. 1,000-pound sister. It's all fnFammy's hands, secret documents leaked. Very shocking. Hello friends, I am Elena. Welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Season 8 of 1000 Sisters is no longer just a rumor. It's real, but with a shocking twist that fans never expected. According to leaked confidential documents and insider reports, the fate of the entire season now lies in the hands of Tammy Slayton herself. TLC producers have reportedly handed over full creative and contractual control to the star, making her the single most powerful person tied to the series. This surprising move comes after months of uncertainty. Viewers had long speculated whether 1000 Sisters would even return following Season 7's intense emotional arcs, family division, and health complications. Tammy's dramatic weight loss, along with Amy Slayton's personal challenges and family shifts, made for one of the most watched seasons in the show's history. But despite the ratings' success, things behind the scenes were falling apart. What many fans didn't realize was that production for Season 8 was put on indefinite hold, not due to low ratings but due to legal complications involving Tammy's new contractual demands. A source close to the network says Tammy refused to sign on unless she received unprecedented control over the direction, filming schedule, editing rights, and even casting decisions. First, TLC rejected her terms. But with fan interest at an all-time high and social media clamoring for Tammy's return, the network eventually caved. Now, documents reportedly leaked from internal TLC legal channels show Tammy's power in writing. Paperwork outlines that Tammy is to be given executive producer credit on every episode of Season 8. She will also have final say on what makes it to air, including all footage of her and her immediate family. This type of agreement is virtually unheard of in reality television, especially for a cast member rather than a network executive or showrunner. What makes this even more shocking is that Amy, Chris, and Brittany have reportedly not received similar offers. Insiders say this has already created tension within the family, as Tammy's rising influence threatens the show's original dynamic. In one portion of the leaked documents, Tammy is granted approval authority over any major narrative arc or storyline that features her name or likeness. This clause means the producers can't even script or suggest drama without Tammy's blessing. But that's not all. The documents also reveal that Tammy was approached by multiple competing streaming platforms prior to signing her new TLC deal. Netflix, Hulu, and even Peacock reportedly expressed interest in giving Tammy her own solo series, which would have followed her life post-weight loss, including dating, skin removal surgeries, and more. This outside interest is what pushed TLC to act quickly and grant Tammy her demands before she walked away from the franchise entirely. The most surprising aspect of the leak, however, is that TLC's internal notes admit that 1000 Sisters is no longer viable without Tammy's full participation. While Amy has been a central figure from the beginning, and her journey has also captivated viewers, network executives clearly see Tammy as the heart of the show moving forward. One line from the notes reads, "If Tammy withdraws, we cannot greenlight Season 8. Audience attachment is too strong." Fans had suspected that something big was brewing after Tammy's vague social media posts hinting at big things coming and being in charge of my story now. She also recently posted about receiving justice, which many now believe refers to her new position of power within the production. In another layer of drama, several crew members from past seasons are reportedly refusing to return for Season 8 due to Tammy's influence. A production assistant who asked to remain anonymous stated, "This isn't the same show anymore. Tammy's basically the director now. We just follow orders." It's unclear whether TLC will replace the production team or attempt to mediate the conflict before filming resumes. Despite the chaos behind the scenes, one thing is clear: Season 8 is happening, and it's going to be unlike anything fans have seen before. Early episode outlines, also leaked, suggest that the season will focus heavily on Tammy's post-weight loss life, including her controversial dating choices, unresolved tensions with Amy, and her plans to undergo another round of body transformation surgeries. The show will also reportedly highlight her new life in Kentucky, away from the group home and closer to independence. There's even talk of Tammy launching her own fitness and lifestyle brand, a move that has raised eyebrows given her long struggle with obesity. But for Tammy, this season appears to be her ultimate rebranding, and she's making sure it happens on her terms. Notably absent from the episode outlines is any major storyline for Amy Slayton. While she will reportedly appear in a few episodes, her role seems minimal compared to previous seasons. Some fans are speculating that Amy may be intentionally stepping back from the spotlight after facing criticism over her parenting and personal life choices. Chris and Brittany also appear in supporting roles, but none of them have the level of control or narrative focus that Tammy now enjoys. TLC insiders say the shift in power may be permanent if Season 8 proves successful under Tammy's lead. There's even early talk of a spin-off series already being developed with Tammy at the center, likely a solo reality show or even a docuseries. This new chapter for 1000lb Sisters could mark a turning point for the reality TV genre. It's rare for stars to gain so much control, and it raises questions about the future of other shows with breakout personalities. Tammy's new role leads to higher ratings and stronger audience engagement. It may set a precedent for other reality stars to follow. But the question remains, will fans embrace the new Tammy-led version of the show, or will they miss the family-focused dynamic that originally made 1000lb Sisters a hit? Either way, all eyes will be on Season 8 when it finally airs, and this time it's all in Tammy's hands. Tammy Slayton, one of the most recognized stars of 1000lb Sisters, has finally opened up with a raw, emotional confession about her years-long battle with weight loss. Through seasons of ups and downs, fans have watched Tammy struggle, fight, and at times lose hope. But today, she's offering something more valuable than just a health update. She's sharing the truth. In a candid and heartfelt message to her fans, Tammy revealed that the weight loss journey hasn't just been about diet and exercise. People see the pounds coming off and think it's all good now, she begins. But what they don't understand is that the real work starts on the inside. This journey has broken me down more than once. According to Tammy, losing the weight wasn't the most difficult part. It was facing myself, she admits. There were so many years where I thought, if I could just get smaller, everything else would fall into place. But that's not what happened. Tammy confessed that her weight was only one part of the battle. The emotional scars, the shame, and the years of being dismissed and judged by society weighed heavier than any number on the scale. You carry that stuff with you no matter what size you are. It doesn't just go away when the weight does. The reality star shared that even as the compliments rolled in and the progress was visible, she still felt trapped in a mindset shaped by years of trauma. There were days when I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the woman looking back. And not in a good way. I had to start over, not just physically but mentally and emotionally too. Tammy admitted she had moments of doubt where she didn't believe she deserved the transformation. I've had people treat me like I'm worth something now because I lost weight. But where were they when I was struggling to breathe or walk down a hallway? That's something I'll never forget. Confession took a deeply personal turn as Tammy opened up about the emotional toll of growing up in a world that made her feel unworthy. I wasn't born hating myself. That was taught. That came from the world, from people who pointed fingers, laughed, or told me I was a waste of space. She shared how years of bullying and fat-shaming led her into a cycle of self-destruction. When the world tells you over and over that you don't matter, eventually you start to believe it. Coped by eating. Coped by pushing people away. Tammy admitted that there were dark times, moments where she thought her story would end before it ever truly began. There were nights when I didn't care if I woke up the next morning. I was so deep in that pain. But somehow I kept waking up. And slowly I started to want to fight for myself. Turning point came not from a doctor or a show producer but from within. Tammy revealed that one day she just got tired of being stuck, tired of the pity, tired of being her own worst enemy. I looked at myself and said, Tammy, either you fight for your life or you give up and die. It was that simple. Tammy's journey was far from linear. There were setbacks, hospital visits, breakdowns, and lost relationships. I disappointed people. I disappointed myself. but each time I got back up. That's what makes this journey real. Not perfection, but persistence. She confessed that part of her success came from finally letting others in. I used to think asking for help made me weak. But now I know it's strength. I couldn't have done this alone. I had to learn to trust people, to let them love me even when I didn't feel lovable. Tammy also acknowledged that fame brought new challenges. Being on TV added pressure. People felt entitled to my story, my pain. I've had strangers say the cruelest things. But I've also had people thank me for being honest. That's why I keep going. She went on to thank her supporters who never gave up on her, even when she had given up on herself. To the fans who saw more in me than just my weight, thank you. Your words mattered more than you'll ever know. Tammy admitted that despite her transformation, the work isn't over. This is for life. I still fight cravings. I still fight insecurities. But now I fight with purpose. She also gave a strong message to anyone who might be battling their own demons. You don't have to be on TV or have 1 million followers to start changing your life. Start where you are. Cry if you need to. Scream if you have to. But don't stay stuck. You're not alone. As the confession came to a close, Tammy emphasized that weight loss is not just about fitting into smaller clothes. It's about reclaiming your life. It's about believing you're worthy of love, joy, peace, and purpose. I didn't always believe that, but I do now. She concluded with one final truth. If I could tell the old me something, I'd say, you're not a lost cause. You never were. And if you're out there feeling like you can't do it, hear me when I say this, you can. And you're worth the fight. Tammy's confession isn't just an update, it's a powerful declaration. A declaration that healing isn't linear, growth is painful, and change is possible. And above all, it's a reminder that behind every headline and transformation photo is a human being fighting battles we don't. Tammy Slayton, one of the most talked about stars of 1000 Sisters, has shocked fans yet again, not with a health scare, not with a hospital trip, but with a confession that has stirred mixed reactions online. After losing more than 500 pounds and undergoing major life changes, Tammy now admits she still drinks soda. This revelation, though seemingly minor to some, has ignited passionate conversations among viewers, health experts, and longtime supporters of her journey. Tammy's weight loss transformation has been nothing short of incredible. From the very first episode of 1000 Sisters, she captured the hearts of viewers with her raw vulnerability, intense struggles, and a lifestyle that seemed impossible to maintain without serious consequences. At her heaviest, Tammy weighed over 700 pounds. She was mostly immobile, dependent on oxygen, and battling numerous health issues including diabetes, breathing problems, and dangerously high blood pressure. Her addiction to food, sugary drinks, and binge eating was no secret. For many, Tammy's life seemed to be hanging by a thread. But over time, viewers saw her begin to take her health more seriously. She entered a rehab facility, underwent life-saving weight loss surgery, and committed to making changes. The results were astonishing. She not only shed over 500 pounds but also started walking again without assistance, breathing on her, and regaining control over her life. During a candid interview, Tammy revealed, "I still drink soda sometimes. I know people will judge me for it. But I'm just being real. I've come a long way, but I'm still human." Her words hit hard for fans who had placed her on a pedestal of near-perfect recovery. Many believed she had cut all unhealthy habits cold turkey. The thought that soda, once a huge contributor to her previous health issues, was still in her life created shock and concern. Tammy didn't share this detail for sympathy or controversy. She said she wanted to be honest. People think when you lose weight, everything becomes easy. But the truth is, the mental part is just as hard, if not harder, than the physical stuff. I drank soda for decades. Giving it up completely? That's not something that just happens overnight. Indeed, soda had played a huge role in Tammy's past. In earlier seasons, it was revealed that she could drink several bottles of soda a day, consuming thousands of calories and a dangerous amount of sugar and caffeine. At one point, she even admitted to drinking multiple bottles daily. That kind of addiction doesn't vanish instantly. While she has drastically cut back, she acknowledges that she hasn't eliminated soda entirely. "It's not an everyday thing anymore," she clarified. "It used to be my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now it's maybe once or twice a week. I try to choose zero-sugar options, but I'm still learning. I'm trying." This honesty is what sets Tammy apart. Even at the height of her struggles, she never pretended to be perfect. And now, after a triumphant transformation, she's still owning her imperfections. In an era where many reality stars portray edited and curated versions of their lives, Tammy remains raw and authentic, even when it opens her up to criticism. Health professionals, on the other hand, have expressed concern. Nutritionists warn that even diet sodas can sabotage progress, citing the link between artificial sweeteners and sugar cravings. The taste of sweetness, whether from real sugar or artificial substitutes, can trigger the brain to crave more sweets, one dietitian explained. Someone who's been addicted to soda may find it hard to stop completely if they keep even the healthier versions in their diet. However, others in the medical field take a more compassionate view. "Recovery is a process," a bariatric surgeon noted. "You don't undo decades of behaviors in 1 year." Tammy's progress is monumental. One soda now and then doesn't mean she's failed. What matters is sustainability and long-term lifestyle change. Tammy has made it clear that she doesn't see her soda consumption as a relapse. Instead, she sees it as part of a balanced life that she's still learning to manage. "I used to live on soda and junk. Now I try to make better choices most of the time. I eat vegetables. I drink water. I move my body. And yeah, sometimes I have a soda. But I don't spiral anymore." For fans, the news is a reminder that transformation isn't linear. Just because someone loses weight doesn't mean the battle is over. Food and drink addictions are some of the hardest to break because they are tied to emotional comfort, cultural habits, and lifelong routines. The 1000lb Sisters fanbase is known for being deeply invested in the Slayton sisters' journeys. Some expressed disappointment after Tammy's admission, while others praised her for being truthful. "At least she's not lying about it like other influencers," one fan commented on social media. "She's keeping it real." Others pointed out that perfection should never be the goal. Tammy didn't lose 500 pounds by being perfect. She lost it by making more good choices than bad ones, another user said. "That's what counts." Tammy's sister Amy has also weighed in, defending her siblings' honesty. "We're all just doing our best," Amy said. "Tammy's doing amazing. And if she wants a soda every now and then, I say let her have it. She earned that right." This moment may not be the dramatic twist some viewers expected, but it highlights something more meaningful. Progress doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. Tammy Slayton is living proof that transformation is real, even when it comes with detours, cravings, and occasional slip-ups. Her story continues to inspire thousands, not because she's flawless, but because she's human. And as she keeps moving forward, she reminds the world that healing and growth come with patience, honesty, and a lot of hard work. Tammy Slayton, the reality TV star who rose to fame through 1000lb Sisters, has made a name for herself not just through her television presence, but through her powerful and inspiring weight loss journey. Through shedding more than 500 pounds, fans around the world have watched her transformation with a mix of awe, admiration, and curiosity. However, in a recent Candid update, Tammy made a bold confession about her current eating habits, and it's turning heads. In a straightforward and heartfelt statement, Tammy opened up about the realities of post-weight loss life, making it clear that even after such a dramatic change, the struggle with food doesn't magically disappear. She began by saying, "I've come a long way, but I'm still human. Just because I lost the weight doesn't mean I don't still have cravings. I've made progress, but I also want to be honest about where I'm at." Tammy's confession was not laced with shame or denial. Instead, it was refreshingly real. She admitted that while she sticks to her prescribed meal plans most days, she does allow herself some flexibility, sometimes more than what doctors or nutritionists might recommend. She revealed that she occasionally indulges in comfort foods, including things that were previously completely off-limits. "I won't lie. Sometimes I eat things that aren't approved by my meal plan," she confessed. "I'm not perfect, and I'm not trying to pretend I am. People think that once the weight is gone, so are all the temptations. But that's not true." Tammy explained that food has always been tied to emotions for her, whether it's stress, sadness, celebration, or even boredom. Those emotional triggers didn't vanish with her weight. Learning to manage them has become a lifelong process, not an overnight. She stressed the importance of balance and self-awareness. "The difference now is that I know my limits. Before, I would eat until I couldn't breathe. Now I stop myself. I portion things. I track what I eat. But yeah, sometimes I have fries or a slice of pizza. And I'm not gonna beat myself up over it." Tammy's honest tone sparked an important conversation about body image, long-term weight management, and mental health. Many fans and supporters praised her transparency, recognizing that weight loss journeys are rarely linear. Her willingness to address the continued psychological struggles with food, even after major surgery and massive progress, was refreshing to many. She continued, "I didn't do all this just to live a miserable life where I can't ever enjoy anything. I want to be healthy, yes, but I also want to live. I want to eat cake at a birthday party without feeling like I failed. I want to go out with friends and not panic about what's on the menu." Her confession came amid ongoing social media speculation about her post-surgery eating habits. Tammy clarified that while people may assume certain things based on photos or videos, not everything seen online tells the full story. People think they know what's happening because they see one clip or one photo, but they don't know what I did the rest of that day. Maybe I had a salad for lunch and worked out for an hour. But they just see me holding a soda and freak out. It's frustrating. Tammy emphasized that she has worked closely with doctors, therapists, and dietitians throughout her journey, and that accountability is still a big part of her routine. Regular weigh-ins, check-ins, and therapy sessions remain crucial tools in helping her stay grounded and mindful. "I still go to therapy," she said, "because it's not just about food, it's about what made me turn to food in the first place. Pain, the trauma, the self-esteem issues. You've got to deal with all of that too. Otherwise, the weight comes back." One of the most powerful moments of her update was when she addressed the pressure she feels as a public figure. "People look up to me now, and I appreciate that. But it's also a lot of pressure. I want to set a good example, but I also don't want to pretend like I have it all figured out. 'Cause I don't. I'm still learning." She added that being honest with her audience isn't about seeking sympathy, it's about keeping it real. "If my story helps even one person feel less alone, then that's worth it. We all have our own battles. I just happen to fight mine in front of a camera." Tammy's comments sparked both praise and criticism, with some viewers admiring her bravery and others questioning whether she was setting a bad example. In response, Tammy stood her ground. "I know what I've achieved," she said. "I've added years to my life. I can breathe better. I can move around. I don't need machines to help me survive anymore. If eating a cookie every now and then is the worst thing I do, I'm okay with that." Tammy also acknowledged that she is in a better place mentally than ever before. "I used to hate myself. Now I love myself enough to be honest. I don't want to lie to make myself look good. I want to be authentic. That's what healing really looks like." Her confession serves as a reminder that success isn't perfection. It's persistence. Tammy has shown time and again that she's willing to do the hard work, not just physically but emotionally. Her journey has had setbacks, victories, and moments of deep reflection. Through it all, she's remained unapologetically herself.